All right, good morning and thank you for attending today's Daily Coup Connect. My name is Lindsey Evensen and I'm an HR analyst with Human Resource Services. Today we're going to discuss a few tips for training new employees while teleworking. Maybe if the next slide actually wants to go forward. All right, so one of the most important aspects of training via telecommunications is making sure that you're adequately communicating with your new employee. And that may mean over communicating as appropriate. Many new WSU employees are not performing their work in their workplace, and they have never even been to their WSU workplace. So it's important to make them feel as though they're a member of your team. This could include daily check-ins and team touch bases as well. These team touch bases could be daily, they could be semi-weekly as well. As a supervisor, you should create a training manual and a structured training schedule. So your new employee knows what a typical day looks like and what types of tasks they will be performing. Within their training schedule, you should schedule their trainings with employees and coworkers to share areas of expertise and so that they can help train the new employee in their new role. You should also identify beneficial WSU and non-WSU trainings to assign. Skillsoft on the HRS training website is a great place to start and is frequently updated with new trainings to take. A really important and key piece of working from home is understanding that there are new challenges that arise from working from home and maybe not being able to go into the workplace. And as a supervisor, you should work with your new employees and all of your employees to understand that there are challenges and work to identify strategies to successfully navigate through the challenges. For example, you might have an employee that's struggling to use the Microsoft Suite products. So, as their supervisor, you could assign them Microsoft training through Skillsoft to help enhance their skills. Now we're going to move on to discuss some do's and don'ts for new employees, which are also applicable to every employee that's teleworking. So some do's. Identify a workspace. This should be away from the comfort of your bedroom or your couch and should be structured as closely to the space at work to get you in the mindset that you're actually working. Minimize the distractions. Working from your home brings a whole new gamut of distractions. While your phone and your TV can be major distractions, and I think are the most common distractions that everyone kind of thinks of when they think of distractions, the people and animals within your household can also cause a distraction, and you should communicate expectations with those at home with you. And while your pets may not understand what you're trying to communicate with them, you should identify spaces away from your workspace that your animals can be. As much as I love my cats, they are not in this room with me right now during this presentation because they would cause a distraction by climbing on my chair, jumping across my screen, and that would cause a major distraction for me. Although it would be very cute, it would be very distracting at the same time. You should also discuss necessary supplies to perform daily tasks and try and facilitate how to get the supplies to your employees. Dress for the day. It's important to maintain appropriate work attire not only for that last second meeting with your supervisor, but also to simulate the idea of being at work. Stay in touch. It's very important to communicate with those around you to establish work relationships. Don't let social media derail you. Like I spoke about before, minimize those distractions. While those TikTok videos may be very funny, they are not appropriate for work. Don't forget to take your breaks and move around throughout the day. Everyone needs to take a breather from what they're doing to re-energize and have that mindset of going back into their work. And I think a big one, don't be too hard on yourself. This is a brand new environment and everyone's working as hard as they can. So I've presented a couple of do's and don'ts, and I would like to hear from the audience on, do you have any do's or don'ts that you feel are applicable for employees while teleworking? And feel free to go ahead and post in the chat and we can go ahead and read a few of them. Perfect. So we do have one. Really got to take those breaks. I find myself staring at the screens more than usual. So shifting my eyes away is important. Absolutely. I feel like everyone has Zoom fatigue. We go from one Zoom meeting to another Zoom meeting. It's so important to be able to get up, even if it might not be going outside, but at least walking around the space that we're in. Since I forward my office line to my cell phone, I commonly answer, hello, this is Jade, even if a personal call. So if it's a work call, they know who they're connecting with. Absolutely. I do the same thing. So it's really important, even if I don't know a phone number, hello, this is Lindsey from Human Resource Services. And then sometimes it's someone that I know from my personal life and they're like, okay, how are you? It's something that you kind of have to get used to within this environment. Do stay hydrated. Absolutely. When I sit at my kitchen table, several hours pass by and I realize, I haven't gotten up. I haven't taken a drink of water. That's extremely important. Don't get caught up in how much you're not getting done. Absolutely as well. Do make time to connect with a new employee outside of work tasks to make them feel connected to WSU and a part of the team. WSU has such strong Coug spirit, and that's something that while we're not currently in the workplace, that's extremely important that we need to share our Cougar pride. Thank you guys so much for sharing, and please continue to share within the chat as we continue. So as I've presented a couple of do's and don'ts, we are also looking to see what would you as the audience like to see presented on a daily Coug Connect. These are for the WSU audience. Please enter any ideas into the chat, or if you think of things later, please email ideas to the HRS Learning and Organizational Development team at hrestraining@wsu.edu. And finally, resources. What resources do you as a supervisor, you as an employee have during this time and any other time? Like I said before, there's the Learning and Organizational Development team, but there's also Human Resource Services as a whole. So we have the Employment Services team, which is what I'm a part of. And so we can get you connected to your HRS service team member if you want to brainstorm some additional ideas. You can contact HRS at wcu.edu or contact our main line at 509-335-4521. That's my daily Coug Connect today. And so I want to thank you for joining today's daily Coug Connect. And please join Monday at 10 for the next daily Coug Connect with Ann Monroe regarding retirement impact of market shifts. You can also view upcoming daily Coug Connect topics by logging on to your online learning account in Skillsoft. And as always, go Cougs.